Morning folks, welcome back. Welcome to Shropshire. I'm starting here by Morris's Bridge. There's a little car park here. We're on the Llangollen Canal, which of course we've run before, different sections of it. And today we're going to explore Whixall Moss and Bettisfield Moss. The route's about 5.5 miles. I was here last week actually, on a beautiful blue sky day, but the camera died, so I'm back again. So we're going to head down the canal and then do a little loop out around Whixall Moss that brings us back to the canal, then cross over and come back via Bettisfield Moss. Anyway, come on, let's get going. And we're off. I hope you'll follow along with me today as we explore this beautiful nature reserve, which is located just south of Whitchurch in Shropshire. If you're new, welcome. Hi, I'm Simon. I just love exploring the countryside. So if that sounds good to you, click subscribe, turn on the notifications bell, and if you can all, click like on the video. That would really help the channel. To our left is the Priest branch of the Llangollen Canal. It's only actually navigable for about half a mile through to Waterloo, and it never actually reached Priest, which gives it its name. Spanning 46 miles, the Llangollen Canal starts near Nantwich in Cheshire and runs through to Llangollen. We've been on it several times. I'll put a playlist together at the end for you if you want to go and explore some other places on this canal. Okay, so we're going to head into the moss now, down here. Now, yeah, just a quick word about mosses, I guess. So we visited a number of mosses, let's think. Brown moss near Whitchurch. Where else have we been? Wimbumbury. Betley, at Delamere. The list goes on and on. Ellesmere and Colmere. Been, you know, and these are the depressions left at the last ice age, where the ground's been pushed down and it's left this boggy ground behind, which makes a lovely wildlife habitat, obviously. Now in the winter it obviously gets a bit wet. This time of year is not so bad. Stick to the main paths though if you do come and visit a moss, because it's wet ground. It can be boggy in places and there can be deep pools. And it's all covered with reeds and stuff, so you could get in trouble. So always stick to the main path. Also, I say the wildlife love it, and so it was lovely last time. There were dragonflies and things buzzing around me. That was lovely. But there are also snakes, which I wouldn't want to step on a snake's tail because it might bite me. So just be aware of that. Anyway, we're going to head through now into the moss, and you need to use your imagination. As I say, these things were formed in the last ice age, so you need to cast your mind back about 16,000 years ago and try and think about what the landscape was like then. Come on. So 16,000 years ago, things were very different here. Ice and snow and woolly mammoths wandering around, if you can imagine it. It's the southern extent of the glacier here, and then it began to melt about 10,000 years ago, forming what we see today.
Does this help transport you back 16,000 years ago to when mammoths were roaming the area? How's that? Okay, so we're sticking to this main Mosses trail, which goes this way.
Fenn's Whixall and Bettisfield Mosses Nature Reserve is a site of special scientific interest and Britain's third largest lowland raised bog. You can bring your dog as long as you keep it on the lead, and it's just nice to wander around. Stick to the path, because off the path it's muddy and there are deep pools, so always stick to the path. Casting our mind back 10,000 years, the glacier retreated and melted, and we were left with this sandy depression filled with pools of water. And on the surface of this, the floating weeds grew, and then we had bogs and fens, and slowly, over the past 10,000 years, peat has been deposited here. We're just crossing the border here from Shropshire into Wales. The Meres and Mosses are in South Cheshire, North Shropshire, and just across the border into Wales and also Staffordshire. The Mosses didn't escape the notice of the military either. There are ditches marking a pre-1909 rifle range here, and during World War I it was used again to help train Kitchener's troops. Then during World War II it was used as a bombing range, and I believe there are still unexploded ordnance knocking around here.
Okay, so now at this point it's not very clear here. Don't go that way. Go this way. And so we've reached the canal again. So we're going to take a right because we want to get onto the other side of the canal, because Bettisfield Moss is on the other side. Bridge 47 is our cue to get off. We're going to join the Shropshire Way here, which is a path which is about 200 miles long and centred on Shrewsbury in a figure-of-8 pattern. It passes some absolutely stunning spots, some that we've been to before and others which are on my list. So it goes through the Wrekin, for instance, which we've been to, but other places that I've not yet been to, like Stiperstones and Wenlock Edge.
Now then, that way I think.
The path is pretty well signposted. Just keep an eye out for these markers. We take a left down this little lane and then take another left and then follow it through into some woods, which brings us to Bettisfield Moss.
That way I think. Here we go, Bettisfield Moss, BMT, Bettisfield Moss Trail. So you can just follow the trail here. Let's have a look at the map. So you can just go straight on, or you can do a lap around it. It is very pretty round it. Do not make the mistake of thinking you can get to the canal from here. You can't. Okay, so you can go straight on here, or you can do a little loop around. It's very pretty down here. It's where I met the snake down here. Now, are we going to make it before the rain comes? I think we might be okay. I'll risk it. Slightly further this way, obviously. I'm focused entirely on my feet at this point. I don't want to step on a snake.
Bettisfield Moss is the deepest, largest area of uncut peat in the reserve, and it's important because we've lost 95% of our raised bogs. The peat is fantastic because it acts like a sponge, soaking up water, protecting the local area from flooding, but also it's been soaking up CO2 for 10,000 years now, and it can store more CO2 than any other type of vegetation. Here's a beautiful place to pause, by the bog garden. There were dragonflies flying around me last weekend. Lots of wildlife here, and plant life that's quite rare. The crowberry, for instance. I hope you don't meet an adder like I did, but they've got to live somewhere, and these sort of places are great for them. And so we're back to the main path, so we'll take a left here and just follow it across the fields back to the canal.
Hello, are you the attack sheep? Hello, I'm afraid I haven't got anything. You're very friendly though, aren't you? Hello. Are you getting this? I'm being nuzzled. They must think I'm going to feed them. Excuse me. Back to the canal. Okay, we're almost back now. I'll just point this out, just in case you come and do this and make a mistake. You might be going, ah, the canal. and we've come from that direction, so you want to turn right. No, we're turning left. The reason being, this is not the Llangollen Canal. This is the spur of the Llangollen Canal that goes through to Preece. So we're going to head down here to the end there. Can you see? I can see the sign anyway. Down to there, take a right over the bridge. Whew. All done. Get my breath back. Yeah, all done. Hope you enjoyed that. That was just over 6 miles from me, though I did go the wrong way. Hope you come and give it a visit. It's very nice. It's one that will stick in my memory. Patreon subscribers will understand why. I'll tell them the story. Okay, take care. See you next time.